When a married man or someone in a relationship shows interest in you, I need to share some difficult truths that might be hard to accept, but are essential for your emotional well-being. It's not about love. It's about him. If someone who's already committed is pursuing you, listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you. This isn't happening because of deep love or because his current partner doesn't understand him. It's not because you're uniquely special or because he's never felt this way before. These explanations might sound romantic and make you feel chosen, but they're not the complete picture. The reality is that when someone gets involved with you while maintaining another relationship, they're thinking primarily about themselves, not about you. They're seeking you out because of their own impulses, desires, boredom, or need to feel significant again. They're not offering you anything genuine or lasting. They want you as a temporary escape, not as a real part of their future. You need to understand this from the start, because it's unfair for you to invest your time, energy, emotions, and heart in someone who has no plans to give you the same level of commitment in return. Don't convince yourself that you're not worthy enough for them to leave their partner. The truth is, they lack the courage to act with honesty and integrity. The ego and validation factor. Here's what's really happening when someone approaches you while already committed. It's rarely about genuine love, and almost always about ego. They are seeking validation and trying to feed their wounded self-esteem. Most likely, they no longer feel desired, appreciated, or important in their current relationship. Instead of looking inward and addressing their personal issues, they choose to look outside their relationship for a solution. That's where you come in. They enjoy the idea that another person finds them attractive. They love feeling like they still have the ability to attract someone, even while committed elsewhere. This gives them a sense of power and control. You might not realize it, but you're becoming fuel for their damaged ego. They're not genuinely in love. They're bored with themselves, frustrated, and dissatisfied. But this dissatisfaction isn't because of you, or even because of their partner. It's because of unresolved issues within themselves. Instead of facing that emptiness and doing the hard work of self-improvement, they try to patch the void with your attention. You make them feel important, help them forget what they're too afraid to fix, and provide the validation they're missing elsewhere. The hardest truth to accept is that in most cases, it's not specifically about you. It could have been any available person willing to fill that emotional gap. I'm not saying this to make you feel less valuable. I'm saying it so you don't romanticize something that isn't real or sustainable. He won't leave the comfortable. Lie. Maybe you've heard the familiar stories. My relationship is falling apart. I don't feel anything for her anymore. We're only staying together because of the children. We sleep in separate rooms. Or, you're different. With you, I feel alive again. These words might sound convincing and give you hope that you're his salvation, his fresh start, and that it's only a matter of time before he leaves everything behind to build a life with you. But you need to hear something you might not want to acknowledge but must understand. He's not going to leave his partner. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, and most likely, never. When someone truly wants to be with you, they demonstrate it through concrete actions, not endless excuses. If his current relationship was genuinely as terrible as he claims, he would have ended it before involving you in the situation. A courageous person faces difficult truths head-on. A decent person doesn't maintain a double life. Someone who truly loves you protects you from chaos. They don't drag you into it. But this type of person, the one who tells you he's about to leave, stays in that about-to-leave state for months, sometimes years. Do you know why? Because he doesn't want to lose what he already has: his comfort zone, his home, his routine, his social standing, and his established life. What he wants is to maintain his stable situation while having you as an emotional or physical escape. He wants you for relief and excitement, not for genuine commitment. You end up trapped because every time you doubt the situation or try to walk away, he repeats the same promises. Just give me a little more time. Now isn't the right moment. I don't want to hurt anyone. Or I'm waiting for the perfect opportunity. But that perfect moment never arrives. He never actually ends anything, and he never truly chooses you. Meanwhile, you're left waiting, dreaming and trusting that everything he says will eventually become reality. The truth about priorities. If he hasn't had the courage to leave his partner by now, it's not because he can't. It's because he doesn't want to. You are not his priority. You're his escape, a part of his double life that only exists when it's convenient for him. Maybe he treats you kindly, listens to you, and tells you he loves you. But if all that supposed love doesn't come with real actions and concrete steps toward building a future together, then it's all just empty words. Love isn't just beautiful things whispered in darkness. Love is commitment in broad daylight. Love requires bravery and consistency. Ask yourself some simple but important questions. Who does he wake up next to every morning? Who gets his weekends, his holidays, his vacations? Who receives his public acknowledgement, respect, and a visible place in his life? If that person isn't you, then you're not his priority. You're a story he hides, a promise he has no intention of keeping. Living on scraps and leftovers. If someone has an official partner and is still pursuing you, you will never be their main priority, regardless of what they say or promise. In reality, you will always receive the leftover pieces of their life. They'll see you when they can manage it, not when you need them. They'll call when they feel like it, not when you're hoping to hear from them. They'll message you secretly, always being careful not to get caught. Whenever you confront them about the situation, they'll have the perfect excuse ready. I have the kids today. She's not feeling well. Work was overwhelming. Or I couldn't text because I was with her all day. Instead of receiving honest explanations, you'll get guilt disguised as concern. Why are you upset? You know how complicated my situation is. I promise I'm struggling too. Don't pressure me. This isn't easy for me either. Do you see what's happening? You end up being the understanding one, the one who waits, adapts, and makes excuses for their behavior. Meanwhile, they live comfortably, enjoying the best aspects of both worlds. Remember, they already have a settled life. They have a home, a partner, a routine, and someone to come home to. They have someone to care for them when they're sick, daily companionship, and emotional and financial stability. On top of all that, they have you available when they want excitement or validation. You, on the other hand, are mostly alone, waiting for a message, waiting for them to keep a promise, waiting for this time to be different. But it won't be different. What you're receiving isn't complete love. It's moments, gaps in their schedule, midnight messages when everyone else is asleep, and "I miss you" texts that aren't followed by meaningful actions. That's not love. That's emotional consumption. They consume your attention when they need it, when they feel lonely, when they're frustrated with their partner, or when they want to feel desired. Then they disappear, becoming silent, full of excuses, and distant. You're left wondering what you did wrong. But the answer is that you did nothing wrong. They were simply never available to give you more because they never planned to from the beginning. You deserve so much more. You deserve someone who can text you without fear, who can call you at any time, who can see you in broad daylight instead of hiding you in shadows. You deserve someone who gives you their complete attention, not just the scraps of their schedule. You deserve to be a priority, not an escape route. Because if you accept scraps, how can you ever expect to receive the full meal? People who give very little do so because they know there are others who will settle for it. But you weren't born to settle for less. You were born to be loved openly, with consistency, commitment, and truth.
The hard truth about being chosen. If someone truly wants you, they don't hide you in the shadows or keep you as a secret. They don't limit you to hours when no one else can see you. They show you off, take care of you, and choose you through their actions, not just sweet words. Someone who genuinely chooses you places you in their life with pride, not with excuses. But if they're pursuing you while still with another person, then they're not choosing you. They're choosing themselves. They're choosing their comfort and convenience. They're choosing to have everything without losing anything, even if they tell you otherwise. You're not being chosen. You're being used. I know that's difficult to hear, and they'll probably never admit it. In fact, they might tell you the exact opposite. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me. With you, I feel alive. I've never felt this way with anyone. You want to believe them because you feel the connection, the chemistry, the excitement. But what about the facts? Where are the real decisions? Where are the actions to support those words? Where is the breakup that never comes? Where are the concrete plans with you that never extend beyond secret conversations? Words without actions are just emotional manipulation. When someone says they love you but continues living with another person, sharing their life with them, they're not choosing you. They're using you to fill a void, to feel desired, to escape from what they don't have the courage to face. What real love looks like. True love doesn't hurt by nature. Love shouldn't confuse you, keep you waiting, make you feel guilty, or turn you into a second option. Genuine love chooses you clearly, not ambiguously. It brings you peace, not anxiety. It offers you certainty, not empty promises. It gives you a real place in someone's life, not excuses. If you're involved with someone who can't leave their partner but claims to love you, ask yourself honestly, are they really choosing me, or are they just using me to avoid feeling alone? Am I receiving love, or am I just filling the space their partner no longer fills? When someone truly chooses you, they do it completely, with their time, presence, commitment, actions, and above all, with consistency. Your worth and what you deserve. Stop thinking about them and start thinking about yourself. Not about what they say they're going to do, not about the promises you're still waiting for them to keep. Ask yourself directly, with complete honesty, what do you deserve? Do you deserve to be the hidden woman? Do you deserve to live in someone else's shadow? Do you deserve love only in fragments, in silence, in secrecy, wrapped in guilt? Do you deserve to always be waiting for them to have time for you, like you're their backup plan? Do you deserve to hide your feelings, suppress your emotions, and live in uncertainty? You don't deserve any of that. You weren't born to be someone's hiding place. You're not here to endure lovelessness disguised as passion. You're not here to make excuses for someone who doesn't have the courage to choose you through their actions. You deserve complete love, one that doesn't have to be hidden, one that doesn't make you feel like an intruder. One that doesn't make you participate in another woman's pain. One that doesn't make you compete for a place that should already be yours if you were truly their priority. You deserve someone who's not afraid to start over with you, who doesn't need to live two separate lives to feel fulfilled, who looks you in the eye and says without hesitation, I choose you and no one else. Not just with words, but with time, presence, real commitment, and firm decisions. You deserve to wake up on Sunday without wondering if you'll see them. You deserve to have your phone ring in the middle of the day, not just secretly at night. You deserve to walk hand in hand with someone without guilt or fear. You deserve to talk about them with pride, not hide them like a shameful secret. You deserve to build something based on love, not absence. On truth, not lies. On freedom, not dependency. The power of choosing yourself. Yes, it might hurt initially to let go. It might be difficult to accept that they're never going to give you what you're hoping for. But this is also true. Sometimes letting go of someone who doesn't choose you is the first step toward finally choosing yourself. When you truly choose yourself, you stop accepting the crumbs others offer. When you choose yourself, you walk away from partial love. When you choose yourself, You become stronger, freer, more dignified, and more aligned with who you've always been meant to be. You are not the other woman. You are not the secret. You are not the escape. You are a woman who can have everything. You just need to remember who you are and stop settling for someone who can't love you the way you deserve. A final message. If someone already has a partner and is still pursuing you, it's not out of love. You are not the one, not the special exception, not the love of their life. What's behind their messages, secret meetings, and endless promises is not love. It's cowardice, wounded ego, and emotional convenience. True love requires courage, and if they had courage, they wouldn't put you in this position. They would end what needs to be ended, clean up their life, and offer you something dignified, clear, and free. You are worth so much more than being someone's shadow. You're worth more than a space in someone else's calendar. You're worth more than stolen kisses and fearful phone calls. Walk away, not because you're not good enough, not because there's no chemistry, but because you love yourself enough not to accept less than you deserve. Because you know your worth, and anyone who's not ready to give you the place you deserve simply doesn't deserve to be in your life.